Yeah.
Where do you fall on them? Because we talked about like there is that school that's like we have to have a body, we have to have a
Yeah.
body, right? And so
Yeah.
there's the people that go out and like literally want to hunt, Bigfoot. To where I think there's a few, I think there's a state or two now that have enacted laws. I think really to more protect like people that might be wandering in the forest and getting shot.
Yeah.
Maybe they also think maybe there's a Sasquatch there, they don't want you to shoot it. But I think the more pressing concern is people accidentally shooting other people,
Yeah.
which we have a propensity for doing.
Right.
Where do you fall on the aspect of like hunting one just for the purpose of getting a type specimen?
Yeah. Well, when I have to acknowledge that when I first embarked on this, I wrestled with that notion for quite a bit. And, Dr. Krantz likewise had a logical wrestling match and had concluded that the only way to resolve it, and he felt that it needed to be resolved in order for us to be informed stewards and not be complicit in the potential extinction of this rare species. He determined that, yeah, taking one by lethal means was justified. Like he used to say, the first person that shoots one should be lauded as a hero, a scientific hero, and given $1 million bounty. The second person should be a criminal, considered a criminal, and imprisoned and fined $1 million. So it was just for the sake of getting that first specimen. And I, arrived at that same logical position for a time. But then as time went on, as I spent, more and more time searching and getting more familiar with the subject and so on, I did a literal about face.
Uh-huh.
And it's a silly kind of story, but it's kind of poignant in a way how something as mundane, seemingly mundane as a Disney movie can influence
Sure.
you. But I'd taken the kids to see Tarzan,
Uh-huh.
and here as I'm sitting here with my boys on either side of me, and we're watching these characters, and there's Clayton, the guide, who shoots everything that moves, and he
Mhm.
is scheming ways to capture gorillas to take back, to exploit them, versus the professor, who in the end is willing to sacrifice his entire career, give up his career to live with the apes and learn of them firsthand. And literally, there was this little voice in my ear. So, Jeff, which
Sure.
of these two characters do you most emulate at this point? And
Right.
and then I really had that kind of self introspection, and what why was I motivated? I mean, is establishing something for science
Mhm.
justification, sufficient justification, or not? And I came to the conclusion that it wasn't, and that
Uh-huh.
there were other ways. We're past the Victorian ethic depicted
Sure.
in part in that cartoon of shoot
Uh-huh.
first and ask the questions later. That there are
Right.
other ways that we could establish, through DNA. Although DNA is not without its pitfalls and challenges because of the
Sure.
potential proximity, affinity to us, the
Uh-huh.
very
Yeah. Yeah, we
differential.
talked about the DNA
Yeah.
issue a
Yeah.
little bit the last time. Yeah. No, I like that you said that. I think about that quite often too, because it's like it's and I think it is upon us as humans to be kind of stewards because we just have such an impact, an oversized impact in any other
Sure.
animals.
Sure.
Um, but is it so much on us to be a steward that it's like okay for us to go kill a creature out there that's living its
Right.
life and maybe has a very small population? You might be having oversized damage to it
Exactly. And that's another
versus kind
very,
of doing it was like Jane Goodall. I think she
yeah.
wrote a blurb for I think your book, right? That went and lived,
Yeah.
and studied and kind of emulated that to where it's like, there is lots of ways. Extra shots. Thanks so much everybody for tuning in. It was a lovely time as always. And we appreciate your time. So thanks so much for being here. I'm going to leave you with a couple announcements. One is that I am really excited to announce if you've heard on the show, I've been talking about my epic absurdist satire, Pirates of Appalachia, for some time. It truly is epic. It's going to be 2 books, and I'm going to be releasing those in all book forms, but also as a serial on Substack. So if you head over to Substack, I'll have the link perhaps on the screen, perhaps just in the description in the pinned comment. But if you head over there, you'll be able to follow along chapter by chapter. I will be releasing the whole book. If you want to sign up to support me, support the show, I am going to have some extra content on there. I actually always have all these notes in my work that go to my editor so that if he thinks to change something, it says this is how it plays out later. This is where I did the research, whatever stupid little joke I make to myself. Mainly, I'll have on there. I'm going to have a lot of fun little bonus content on there as well. And I'm going to do a bunch of readings. So that will be on there for the paid customers. But if you want it free, you will get the whole thing free as well. Both books will be on there, and I'll have ordering links. Right now, they'll probably be pre-order. Depending on when you watch this, maybe it'll be the regular order, but you'll be able to get the entire book too if you want to skip ahead and read the whole thing and read it on your e-reader, or read a paperback or a hardcover version, whatever you would like. I'm trying to meet you where you are. I mean, you can meet me where I am, and that's the bar, usually, and predominantly Monday through Thursday. On the weekends, I drink at home. So, but if you would check that out, certainly I would really appreciate it. Also, we do have a member section on the YouTube if you'd like to go on there and get all the shows way early. And I'm going to start doing some monthly live streams for the members as well. Anyways, thanks so much for all your support, everybody. Cheers.